What else do we have here in the political sphere? Oh, the Zynsurrection. This is the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
The rape of our lives. Even though I don't Zyn, I thought about. Do they make 1 milligram Zyn? I thought
they
about
do 3 and 6. I think that's the only 2 options.
I thought about buying some for the show to do some on the show live, but I didn't stop at the gas station. So
yeah.
And I was to be honest, I was a little worried that I would like it too much and want to keep doing it. So,
Well, if you've been living under a rock at the bottom of the sea and you didn't catch it this week, Chuck Schumer decided that he needed to go before Congress or whoever the fuck and announced to the world that Zyn is a pouch full of problems or something like that. He's trying to get rid of Zyn.
This pocket pussy full of problems. Yeah, sorry. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, so what he said, it's a pocket full of problems. I don't remember what the exact quote is. It's pretty okay. Here we go.
Look at that. This new computer.
I love that he's holding one too. It's
I know.
just, dude, you're gonna drop it.
Yeah.
If anybody knows, it's hard to get a good grip on those things.
It's like at least take it.
Yeah.
With problems. High levels of nicotine.
It's not that high, by the way.
Pouch packed with problems.
Yeah, pouch packed with
high
problems.
levels of nicotine. So today I'm delivering a warning to parents.
This nicotine should not go to this teen here next to me.
Dude, I was also thinking about this because this is obviously some bullshit issue that somebody that works for him has like presented to him and built this case for him or whatever about why Zyn's bad. And this happens like every few years because remember, was it Obama that banned the flavored vapes or whatever?
No, it was Trump.
Okay,
it had to have been Trump.
The bottom line of all of this, I guess, is that parents just don't have your kids buy it. It's nothing you're just telling parents don't let your kids do nicotine.
Yeah,
you're not even saying why it's a problem.
Right, and then also, hello,
Giga Chad,
lady, yeah.
Parents,
I want to see what else.
high levels of nicotine. High levels of nicotine. So today I'm delivering a warning to parents.
I'm putting a lip in.
Because these nicotine pouches seem to lock their sights on young kids, teenagers, and even lower, and then use the social media to hook them.
The social media.
The social media.
What is up with this Giga Chad woman?
I don't know.
Is everybody just doing surgeries now?
I mean, Rife surgery. Damn, yeah. What is the thing? Like, she's been chomping on some sheet metal to get that. Yeah,
I can't figure out if that's. I don't know. I don't know what to make of her face.
I think. Well, the Zyn thing too. Chuck Schumer earlier. First of all, he tried to take our drinks with Prime. He wanted to.
Oh, he was behind Prime. The Prime ban. Too?
Yeah, yeah. And now he wants to take away our food. Zyn.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there left for this to take from us?
I know.
And I'm sorry to say that, but at this point, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, the upper decky lip pillows, as they are called online. That's the upper decky lip pillows is the meme.
Where's that clip of him saying erection? That was a good one.
Oh, he did that too? Somebody else did that recently. That Indian bitch was like, they said it was a rigged erection.
Look out for the erection.
And then she laughs after. She goes, I mean, election?
Yeah.
I've got a big
If
fucking
they believe
boner.
Donald John Trump incited the insurrection against.
So you see that?
Yeah. Ooh.
The millennial. Whoopsies.
Whoopsie daisy.
Incited the erection.
Here, I'll go frame by frame, folks.
Yeah, whoopsie daisy, whoopsie do on this guy's face.
Look at my boner.
Do I pretend like I'm burping?
Yeah. This is the man who wants to take away everything from us, and
the guy who has got penis on the brain.
Yeah, yeah. So why don't we take away his penis? He clearly had, or his thoughts of penis. His penis.
Yeah.
Why don't we chop his dick off?
It's the only thing I could think of Congress, to do.
Yeah.
Take away his penis.
Oh, people were saying, the Zynsurrection, Thomas Jefferson was another thing. And then this clip here, this is a final clip that I've got here. Oh, wait, no, this is not the one that I had, but this is someone, they said, someone send this to Chuck Schumer. So, of course, it's the Nixon flag, though, but whatever. That's not the one I wanted to show, sorry. This is the one that I wanted to show.
Certainly not just happen.
Okay, well,
yeah, no.
Spoiler.
I've seen this. Okay,
spoiler alert.
I think I've seen Jordan Peterson talk about Zyn before. I don't know if it's the same thing. Okay.
No, it's not.
It's certainly not just happiness. It's better than happiness, but it's almost unbearable. It's certainly
So
not.
that's him talking about Zyn and what he thinks
And if you think about it, what he's saying is true because it's called Zen.
Yeah.
That's what it does. It puts you in a Zen state of mind. And people, the other Zinner time because you eat a big meal. And the first thing you can think is, I need something else in my mouth. Zinner time.
Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a Zinner.
Forgive me for my Zins.
Yeah. Oh, man. Incredible stuff here. We love a good clip of Jordan Peterson crying.
Well, and I love Zen. So this really does affect me. This would be my issue. If I was in Congress right now, when I was 16 years old, I had a whole map, a roadmap, right? By 2040, I'd be president, that kind of thing, And at this point in time, I really thought I would be taking down Chuck Schumer on all things nicotine.
Yeah, you'd like testify in front of Congress. Well, because we were, Howard on the brain here, Howard giving me brain here with that curly afro down below under the desk. But he had Michael J. Fox on his show, and Michael J. Fox was like, I was told to take my Parkinson's medicine in order to testify in Congress. And I said, no, they need to know what it's like to see what it's like when someone has Parkinson's. That's what you would do. You'd be like, no, I'm not going to not, what is it when you have take half of a can of Zyn? You would take half of a can. You'd have all the uppers and lower decker. You'd look like a chipmunk going up to Congress saying, look at this. I'm here on all this Zyn and I'm fine. In fact, I'm peaceful. I'm Zynned out.
Zen. You've tried Zen.
It was pretty intense when I tried it. I'm not gonna lie. I think I maybe had a 6 milligram, maybe a 3. I don't know.
No, you had a 6 because I'd never buy that low baby quality shit. Because when was the first time you tried it? You tried dipping though. Because for people who don't know, learn a little bit about the hosts.
Right.
I dipped tobacco.
And you
for 7 years, I dipped tobacco before I quit.
And you brought it to Nelson. Right, and Nelson brought it to me.
Oh,
but
I love
you
dip.
and Nelson both did. Yeah, that's how you dip. But
when I was a freshman in college, that was when I was at my lowest dipping. Probably, I got more ramped up or regulated by me. Like routinified.
He would dip numerous times a day, but Nelson wouldn't. He would lie and said he only dipped twice a day. But I'd see him like outside of campus, like with a lip in.
I got a dip in. I love because his whole thing is he liked to just walk around campus and like have a look to him. He's too worried about his gay skinny jeans and his pastel fucking wave bullshit color palette.
He's like the most average R male fashion advice user. So he thinks like he loves contrast. So it's like, oh, me, a Reddit twink with a can of dip, which is masculine. That
ironically, Andy's not irony, bro. That's the other problem.
But wouldn't it be funny if two things that aren't the same, like an interracial couple, are the same in unison? So that's like half of why he dipped, because he thought it was a bit, and he thought, look, I don't know, some hot girl that Taylor Swift was going to just paint herself red and hop on his dick.
No, blow the load on the Taylor Swift AI. Yeah, so I started dipping.
Yeah.
Very little learned about dipping.
Why did you start dipping?
Because I turned 18 before anybody else. So I had to buy for all my fucking redneck friends, because, we're from southern Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's where we're really from.
East LA, folks.
East LA, where the rednecks live. And they all wanted dip, and I was like, fuck it. So I don't know why I was wearing jeans. It was like 100 degrees out. It was August. So it was like 100 degrees, and I threw my first ever dip in, and I had lasagna at lunch that day at school, and I had seconds on that lasagna, and it all came up. I puked everywhere. It was gross. Outside. We were standing outside, and I just puked on this rock.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that, actually.
And so then I did it the next day, and then I think on like the 4th day, I was like, oh no, I love this. This fucking rules.
Okay, so you were willing to give it a full chance. Like, oh, it was a fluke. I had too much lasagna. That's why I threw up from the dip.
Yeah, well, I think too, I just have like a substance abuse problem, so it's more like I have to be doing something. Like and even back then, I just convinced myself. So nicotine was readily available. I gave it a few tries, and I was hooked. And then I became a dipper. I would dip during lunch breaks. I would dip on campus.
Would you gut it?
No, I never could gut. I never understood that. One of my friend's dads gutted it, or he spit in a Mountain Dew bottle, and I never understood how he could gut it though.
Yeah, I don't know I know you were over with Nelson and I whenever I first dipped, because I was like, you know what? I mean, it's gross, it looks nasty, but it's like they can't be doing it for months, numerous times a day. If there's not some hook to it.
Yeah.
So then I tried it, and I would dip. I would, but I never it was never to the point where I'd buy my own can. I would just like, but actually, no, I did buy the Red Man. What is it? The chew. The chewing tobacco was good because it was like raisin.
Awesome. Yeah, it tastes like raisins.
Yeah, super sweet. But you spit a lot. But that's like the furthest I went with like tobacco.
But you can chew it and get that spit in your mouth and still spit it out and not be gross. Because sometimes you'll just, if you don't spit for a few minutes with dip and you just get this any kind of slosh around in your mouth of dip spit, it's disgusting.
Yeah, the dip I didn't like because I would feel like I'd throw up. And I'm the type of person where it's like, if I tried anything and it made me throw up, I'd never touch it again. I was surprised I didn't throw up the first time. And I think I had to put in like a super tiny lip because I was like, if this makes me vomit, I'll never touch it again. So I never fully liked dip, but I like the chewing tobacco the most. And then when I zinned, I mean, it was so chemically designed. Like, I thought my fucking dick was going to fall off. I don't know why, but I just did. And I was like, I had like a stomach ache for like the rest of the day.
It does feel like, that's the thing, because there was Zyn that I would use all the time, and then I would use On.
Yeah.
And On was a little bit different. And On was like a bang for your buck kind of thing, because you could get On, and it would be like 3 things of 20 pouches, and they were 9 milligrams. And you could buy 3 of them for like $5. It was like a deal to buy 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then but with Zyn, you'd spend $5 on 15 pouches at 6 milligrams. So you're talking 60 fucking pouches. So I would fly through the On. They both were super chemically tasting too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just, like, I don't know if you ever had snus. Probably not. It's the same idea.
That was actually a question I had on here is what is snus?
Put in a photo of snus because...
Is it S in US?
When I was in Israel, so the very first one we had, the gas station up the road, you know, where we lived, had like a fucking freezer for this thing. Like on one of their counters, they had like a freezer to keep this in, or like a refrigerated thing, I guess.
And so it is the same thing, same principle, right? A pouch you just put in your mouth.
There may be tobacco in it though. Zyn and On and a lot of these new products. No tobacco, just the nicotine, so no cancer risk.
Yeah.
Or I mean,
yeah.
But like dipping tobacco is way, like I think cigarettes have like 50 carcinogens in them.
Yeah.
Dipping tobacco only has like 7 or 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like way less cancer or whatever. And then this would have 0 technically. It's like the same way that you can't do anything without getting cancer. You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter what you do, you're going to get cancer. You know,
I feel like the mood around dipping tobacco, it's like, oh, you dip, you're a fucking nasty, disgusting farm animal.
Yeah.
But then people who smoke, it's like they smell like shit constantly because
smoking's way worse.
It's so much worse. Where this, it's like I've never really smelt the dip. Spitting into the cup is kind of gross, but it's like you clean it out, you know, and it's way less invasive on other people. You can't get secondhand dip, folks. Not unless you ask your buddy. Okay, hello. But yeah, no, it's definitely the real alternative to smoking.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, smoking's way grosser. I smoked cigarettes when I was living in Israel, and I just chain smoked all the time. And, my whole thing was like, I'm just doing this while I'm here. It's part of the culture. Everybody here is smoking cigarettes. And I just remember, like, every night, just, like, the taste of it being under my fucking fingernails or whatever. I would just, like, give it a little suck on my finger and be yeah, that's some nicotine. But it was gross. And my sheets would smell like cigarettes, and it just got nasty.
It affects the whole house. Like you can't, like if you're trying to resell a house or if you're renting a house, like the house that I'm renting, they say like if they find out that you smoke in the house, like you have to pay to repaint the inside of the whole house and stuff. Where like this is just, it's so much easier. You can't, I don't know.
So they're trying to take away and this is what my takeaway on Zyn is that I think everybody should do it. I don't really know a reason why anybody, like, I know I just sound like Tucker Carl Zyn, Zyn. To me, it's just like a nice little productivity boost. I don't think it could really replace Adderall. I don't think even the way Tucker Carlson talks about it, like it's this productivity thing.
No,
I think it's just like
such a fucking stupid snake oil salesman. You're right. A few weeks ago, you were like, why do you hate Tucker? And I was like, I don't hate Tucker. I fucking hate Tucker Carlson.
I noticed it.
He's so annoying. He's so gay. Everyone thinks he's so incredible. I mean, I say that as somebody who was a huge fan of him. And I guess it's weird. I do hate him, but I do kind of love him. I don't know. But more so, I'm just annoyed by him.
The only thing that really bothers me about Tucker at this current state, and Tucker wasn't on the list, and we probably do want to get back to our real list here pretty soon.
Right. Well, we will, but say what you need to say.
I just think he's not doing anything that's worthwhile right now, and that bothers me because he was really good on that Fox show.
Yeah.
And even if you you get the shtick of like he's gonna have somebody come on and he's gonna do that, I'm dumb and I don't understand what you're saying, but we all know that it's because the person's saying something ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's his MO. But he doesn't even do that anymore. He just has people he agrees with on.
Right.
And I just think it's boring. I think he has boring people on.
Like how is interviewing the editor-in-chief of Babylon Bee, how is that helpful for freedom of speech? It's not. But like you said, no, you said it perfectly. So we'll move on. So okay, here's another thing. When you were big into dipping, you were also into these dipfluencers, these YouTubers, and I actually these influencers. Wow, that was handed to me, and I skipped right over it.
That was good though.
Another one bites the dust here with what I'm trying to come up with.
Oh man.
Yeah, first time trying dip since I quit. What would be a good video of his?
I don't even know. Maybe you should do most popular and then just look for whatever's like more than 5 years. That way. Oh yeah, back.
How about how to buy dip? This is perfect.
This is perfect. And this was an early video I saw.
I just got back from the dentist. I could really go for some Jello.
Oh.
Preferably.
Look at this dip gooner. He's like a gooner for dip. This
for
is
sure.
Almost impressive. And these are, by the way, on the bottom right, these are like the spitter jugs, right?
Yeah,
mud jugs.
Yeah, mud jugs.
Mukbangs. So, and he has a dip table. Yeah, he's
that
putting.
Is so much dip.
Yeah,
I forgot about that part of it.
yeah. He lives in a dip house.
Bitches, let's get right down to business because I'm itching for it.
It's funny because do you know when you like see somebody for the first time or meet somebody and they remind you of somebody and then like that thing sticks with you. So it's always like forever.
But this guy, he is an archetype.
He is an archetype. But what I was going to say is Theo Von for the longest time when I would see when Theo Von came on the scene, it would just be like, oh, this is a different version of Outlaw.
Yeah,
But now Theo Von has self-actualized and become a real human in my brain. But for the longest time,
you got Mr. Mud Jug Minute here.
He was just the new outlaw that made it. So I just thought that was a funny.
Yeah. No, he does have he has the same face, but he's like, crazier. Oh, hello. He just shot me. Oh, there he goes again. I didn't even.
Well, I think before we get to the topic that we're talking about today, we ought to do some frickin' dip mail. So I was at the store, got me a frickin' roll of Copenhagen long cut wintergreen. Do you guys call these rolls, 5-can rolls, or logs? What do you call them? I switch off.
He kind of leans into the stupidity similarly to Theo, where it's like he's obviously not a fucking rocket scientist, but he does like the, I don't know what I'm even saying.
Yeah.
Languages. So it's either
folks, I like irony. Here's the first thing you gotta understand about dippers. We love absurdism and irony. So if you haven't even read David Fincher's fucking hauntology book, you can't buy your first log, if that's what it's called.
Now you got to approach this dip thing from a post-ironic lens.
Yeah.
The postmodern contextual reframing of said topic.
Yeah.
Really put dip into a new light for you.
Called a woman again. That's right. Without a doubt, they have frickin' called me Mrs. Outlaw again. You can see it is from Copenhagen, and
all right, let's go to the most watched, which he doesn't have. Okay, great.
Him and I were really good friends, and
because everyone watches the whole video. We're the first people to set the precedent of a most watched.
It is funny because I don't often view myself in group think, but it was like I found this guy because I'm Googling all kinds of things about dip in high school.
Yeah.
And he was a breath of fresh air, but not so fresh because it's dip breath. But
even with the wintergreen, the breath ain't fresh.
And a funny thing that he does, and I don't know, he doesn't really do it on purpose, but he quits dipping like every 6 months and makes a video, and it's like, I quit dip.
I fell for that then.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's actually quit for a long stretch. I haven't followed him for like 5 years, but I did like to keep up on it. And he ended up making his own dip. And Nelson and I bought it, and it was like watermelon flavored. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to know that it was actually
You should go to his
worthwhile
website.
Okay, yeah.
See, just put an outlaw. Companies were sending him dip, and then he finally just did his own thing. And it was cool because the cut of it was shorter, but it was wider. Yeah. Oh, does he do nicotine-free ones now? This is crazy. Sweden's fish fat cut.
Where's that at?
On the right.
Right here. Here's the other. Yeah, that's the one that you had.
We bought a few. We bought like a lemon one, a watermelon one. I'd have to see them. None of these are ringing a bell. They're probably newer.
Yeah.
The lemon one was awesome, though. Nelson's a big lemon guy, so he was really excited for that lemon party.
Yeah, no, this looks good. Yeah. Oh, these are the caffeinated ones. I do have a can of grinds, just the ones where it's like caffeine powder, which is so stupid. It's like, I don't know. They probably lace it with caffeine to give you the same effect, but I always just had it for like a rainy day. And folks, we're living in a drought. So I haven't had it, and it's been like 4 years.
Gross.
So, yeah.
It's just moldy now. I think Nelson did that with what are they called?
Grinds.
Yeah. That was a Shark Tank thing too, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. So.
Okay, well, we can move on from dip.
Yeah.
That was really, we've gone forever on like 2 topics. So we're kind of fucking killing it today. Let's just see what.
I've got some other drug influencers we can talk about at a later day. So stick around for that.
Yeah, if you like drug talk, this is now a drug podcast show.